Good morning, you beautiful people. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day today. Welcome to my review, my recap of my Modern Warfare Remastered, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare Remastered experience, my playthrough of it. Playing through that campaign again, especially with you guys, was really fun. It was really cool. It was really interesting to see the roots of Call of Duty, and there are a select few things that really stuck out about this campaign and what really makes this different from the rest of the Call of Duty campaigns, and that is going to be sort of how grounded it is. Now I know grounded nowadays means something different, you know, boots on the ground, realistic movement, but grounded in this case, the way I'm using it, the way I want to kind of interpret it, is realistic. And I know that's a dangerous word to use here when we're talking about video games, but what Call of Duty was, the first three Call of Duties, Call of Duty 1, 2, 3, was World War II shooters, you know, and there was some sense of this is how war is. It wasn't depicted as this grandiose, huge, not favorable thing, but it wasn't epic, it wasn't cool or fun. It was really depressing, it was scary, it was terrifying. It was like, yeah, we have these epic big moments, but there are moments that are really devastating and traumatic and really awful, and that is something that Modern Warfare brought to the modern times. And that was what's really cool. And several highlights of this is the nuke scene and the AC-130 death from above sequence. Those two things, and I guess all gillied up as well. While we look at these and we think, oh, that's epic, in game when you're playing it, it's devastating. I mean, let's take a look at the nuke scene. The nuke, you save this pilot, kind of like Black Hawk Down, you know, you save a pilot because you're the good guys, the Marines, you never leave people behind. You save this pilot, and all of you die because of it. And that is so depressing. And this nuke is completely unexpected. I mean, we knew they had nukes in, you know, in the storyline, but for a game to do that at this point in time was really weird. For Call of Duty to do that, to kill you mid-game, it was game-changing. It was different than what had came before, and it showed you that people die in war, and it's not a thing. There's a mission that we played where you just stagger around, you see everyone you just saved, your teammates that you just fought with, die, and it's a loss, and it's so not cool, but it's interesting to see how thematically they understood that war was bad, even in modern times. And then you go to the AC-130, the whole thing, and I said it if you watch the AC-130 video, it's haunting, it's weird, it's dramatic, it's, yes, you got a guy going, oh yeah, you got him, and he's like kind of cheering you on as you do this, but it's quiet, it's dark. You're removed from this mission. You're not around these lives that are dying, and it's cold, and it's really disturbing in a sense, because that is honestly very realistic, and that is haunting to me. And I don't know if that's just me, but that's really a unique feeling, and that's something that I think the modern Call of Duties really lost. The best example of this has got to be, I don't know, take your pick. Black Ops 2, Call of Duty Ghost, Black Ops 3 is probably my favorite example to use of this, because man, do they go for this huge, over the top, just epic moments where it doesn't make any logical sense. It doesn't feel grounded. It doesn't feel real, because it's not real, but it doesn't feel realistic. It doesn't feel believable. That's the thing that Call of Duty 4 was. It was believable. Yes, I mean, I'm sure war's not really like this. It's still a video game, but in terms of video games, it was realistic. It was grounded to a certain point. It was believable. So overall, thematically, I really am in love with Call of Duty 4, and the missions are fun in and of themselves. What you do within the missions are pretty fun. Now, granted, it is a Call of Duty campaign, so it is going to be monotonous, especially this day and age, because we have, what, 12 of them or something, 13 of them, and it gets repetitive at this point in time because Call of Duty is a pretty generic first-person shooter because you just have a gun, you have low health, the time to kill is pretty low, and blah blah blah. Those are little tiny things that really don't matter because it's Call of Duty. But the games themselves, you do some really fun things. The sniping mission, of course, everybody's favorite, and even I have fun with that because it is a different stealth mission, and the theme, the weird sort of, I don't know, experience that you get with that. You know, it's just you and this one other guy, and you're running from an army. It's fun. It gives you a different experience. It changes it up really, really well done. And then you go into Heat, where you are ambushing these guys, falling back to your LZ, then you have to fight back. They use the Call of Duty style, but they do something different, which is also why I really love the Infinite Warfare campaign, if you saw my video on Monday. But we're not talking about that. But just wanted to say, overall, the theme of Call of Duty 4, the experience you get is a really unique one. It's a really fun one, and it is almost the pinnacle of Call of Duty campaigns. One thing I must touch on here is the characters. Everybody loves the characters, and while I do too love the characters, I love Prize, I love what they do in Modern Warfare 2, which we will hopefully play at some point in time. I love Soap, I love Griggs, I love Gaz, I love the cheeky parts, and it was really good to see them because the dialogue they say is really grounded. Like I said, it's really realistic. They're fun guys. You can tell they're close together. They're this team working together. When Captain Price works together with Griggs and we save him, it's like, of course we saved you. You had all the C4. It's just cheeky stuff like that. It's fun stuff like that that gets you like, yeah, I like these characters. These are fun characters to play with. And that's something that the modern Call of Duties, again, don't really touch on all that much. Call of Duty Ghosts, the characters are really flat. They're supposed to be a family, but they're just not believable with the dialogue that they say, and it's just, you know. But that's something that changes again in Infinite Warfare, but we're not talking about that right now. It's still just fresh in my mind. But the characters that I wanted to say in Call of Duty 4, they're not typical story characters. You know, this is not a story about the characters. This is a story about the events that take place in this world, and we're seeing it through the eyes of these characters. These characters, unlike Infinite Warfare or maybe Black Ops 3, if you want to try to pretend like that made any sort of sense, these characters are not learning something. They're not challenging themselves. They are on a mission, and the story is about the mission rather than the character growth over time in this game, which is a different take, a different way to tell a story. Not good, not bad, just your own personal preference. Personally, for me, I kind of like it. You know, it's kind of nice to see this world develop through someone else's eyes, and I think it's pretty cool, and I love what they do. This really made me honestly want to play Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3 to continue the storyline, to see how the events unfold, because it has been a while since I've played this game, and with my fresh kind of, I'll say, adult mind, being able to comprehend all of the details and intricacies and all this stuff going on is really cool, and it was really fun, and I hope you guys enjoyed it too. But that's my overall thoughts on the Call of Duty 4 campaign. Now, what I am going to do is I'm going to set up a poll, yes or no poll, very simple. Do you guys want to see me play the next Call of Duty, whether that is World at War, maybe not a yes or no poll, maybe I'll do yes, no, maybe World at War or Modern Warfare 2. So do you want to see me play a Call of Duty? Do you want to see me play a different game? Do you want to see me play nothing at all and just kind of stick to what I'm doing with commentaries in Minecraft, or, you know, whatever you guys want to see? I want to know, so I'll hopefully put in a poll in this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next absolutely beautiful Call of Duty morning, I'll catch up with you guys later. And as always, stay beautiful.